Cold pop junk outside grub stay.
Grub stay. Nutcase.
Fuck face.
Smacked him in the glasses till the Polk Street bus came.
Bus came.
Dumb
late.
Sup, Ace?
Hit throat. 2 o'clock. Tattoos. Pigtails.
Pigtails.
Thick tail.
Shit's real.
I think I seen her hooking at the Burger King Lindale.
Big deal.
Big chill. Played out.
Huh? What? Shit jumped off outside of the Roxy.
Boxing.
Rocky.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Conspiracy Randy podcast, the randiest conspiracy podcast in all of the land.
Certified.
Whew. Patreon
up,
only,
dudes?
guys. We don't gotta fucking introduce ourselves to you.
You already know who it is.
But first, we're all recording, right?
Yep, we're good.
All
We're
right.
good. Still recording.
Marijuana affects the memory. That's the worst thing. When we get prepared for these episodes, what happens is then we come up here and it's like, I forgot this downstairs. I forgot this downstairs. I forgot this. Fuck.
Just makes us better at what we do.
We need a production team and interns.
A PA? Is that what you're like, a production assistant?
We need lots of them, honestly.
That'd be kind of dope.
So we're on our way to that, thanks to you beautiful folks supporting us via Patreon. So thanks a lot for joining us, guys. We are back after a big weekend. We're going to give you guys the inside scoop. The scoops we're not going to give the non-paying people because that makes us sound like weirdos. But this last weekend we had, was it Friday night?
Friday night.
Dude.
Yeah, I browned it out.
Andy browned out until like yesterday. I was telling him about things. He's like, oh yeah, this is awesome.
It was awesome, but
Yeah.
so fucking eerie.
Yeah. So we garaged it pretty aggressively. You threw up in the garage before we left.
Well, that's because I don't handle shots that great.
Yeah.
And you insisted on going back to
Like,
the
listen,
99.
here's the deal. So we still have the bucket of like 99 bananas and 99 apples and 99. They basically have 99 flavors of 99 proof weird sugar liquor.
That all make you, just feel sick.
Crazy. So we decided to get into it because Andy was getting into a little bit of you're getting a little logy.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, a little low energy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not really party mode. I was just like, what if we
I'm
going
going
to
to be honest, once you turn the corner after your shot of 99?
I decided to go with the grapes.
99 grapes.
Because everything else was disgusting.
Now, you did not respond very well to 99 grapes. However, about 35 minutes later, I was like, all right, we got a fun Andy on our hands again.
yeah.
Otherwise, it was going to be like, geez, we're going to have sad Andy.
Just a lot of vomit. That's all it took.
We just had to get you, salivating and puking.
As soon as it hits my lips, anything like that, it's just, we're out.
I went with, what did I go with? 99 watermelon.
Yeah.
Guys, if I could not recommend this bucket of booze any less, by the way. Don't buy it. It's disgusting.
Stay away.
But it's fucking crazy because it's so strong. First off, so you get it, and it is specifically the 99 watermelon. First off, nothing that says watermelon flavored tastes like watermelon.
Right.
They all taste like watermelon Jolly Ranchers. Somehow that became the candy version of what watermelon tastes like. Watermelons actually taste like water. They don't fucking taste like anything. Watermelons are, there's kind of maybe some, like watermelon is not a very interesting thing to eat.
I feel as though Kool-Aid did the same thing with grape flavor.
Well,
they hijacked that shit.
I actually ran into this yesterday. Took the kids out to the park, the Storybook Land here.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, so I had to go up and I was like, what flavor do you want for like slushies?
Oh, those things are...
I just assumed though that slushies were, again, you choose blue and you choose red.
Okay.
Right? You choose colors, not flavor.
Right, yeah.
So I was like, I need 2 blue and 2 red slushies. And they're like, well, on the red, do you mean cherry or strawberry or rat? And I'm like, whoa, back it the fuck up here. Red is a flavor.
Yeah.
When it comes to slushies, I want red.
Right. Fuck.
What the fuck,
Jesus.
right?
We live in a society. I don't fucking know, dude. I would like.
If I asked for a red slushie, I didn't ask for fruit flavored because I promise you're not going to deliver me something that tastes like fruit either.
What if they gave you all 3? Those things are so fucking sugary.
Dude, it was crazy.
I
felt weird.
You guys all
afterwards.
have diabetes, right?
No, I felt weird after the afternoon. I was like, and then I just crashed. Like, and I don't normally do sugar outside of like alcohol normally. So like
that stuff's like
weird.
That syrup.
Back to the garage, guys. Andy.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Andy's puking in the garage.
Instantly.
Yeah.
It was disgusting.
And the problem with going out after that is also you're like, you've consumed a fair amount of cannabis, all of us at that time. And it was like, well, we should just go out for a few drinks, But then the question is, how many joints do we need to roll before we go out? And then as you start rolling and stockpiling them, we kind of smoke to pass the time. So we have to like out roll our smoking capacity to have a surplus of finished joints before we go out. You're like, so I like had like 3 joints rolled, but then I was like, smoke one of them. I was like, well, maybe we should have 3 or 4.
One before we leave.
And it's like, and next thing I just spent like an hour rolling joints and smoking them so we could walk out like +5.
We kind of were in a time loop.
It was.
What day is it? Now that you say that, it really explains like the events afterwards. I mean, at least our reaction to it.
So we get to a spot and we just posted up and had some drinks. We just sat at the bar trying to keep it low key, minimal interruptions.
Yeah.
Other than the few that I'm used to, which were fine.
Right.
And had Dan and Big Nate stop by. So those are the ones where I'm like, all right, dude. Those guys I give like a fair amount of time to. Like, how you doing?
Yeah.
Some average fucking dude wants to come up to me and ask me about a bunch of shit, and I just could not want to get out of that conversation later.
Right. You're big and strong. Look at you. But yeah, those dudes, yeah. That was good. That was a good time. That warmed my heart.
But then what happens is Andy starts hearing a playlist playing. And out of nowhere, on this, by the way, have we talked about how Touch Tunes ruins music?
I think maybe we touched on it a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, Touch Tunes is like the fucking thing where you have an app on your phone, you go to a bar, you can pick which bar you're in, and you can play music that you choose.
Right.
And so it's the worst thing that's ever happened to bar vibes because it just makes every asshole at the bar who's got a couple extra dollars to throw around, like is now the fucking DJ setting the vibe.
Yeah.
And it sucks.
They curate.
I implore all bars in this area to do away with it. Good friend John at Slackers, John and Lamar, they like don't do any of that stuff. They play their own music, and every time I'm there, I walk away going, God, we even talked to him the other night. We're like, thank God you don't do that Touch Tunes shit, because I'm here and I'm playing like you were hearing like some obscure funk tracks and like
every time
great
I'm there,
bands
I
and
end
like,
up Shazamming a song. I'm like,
Yeah.
who the fuck is this?
Exactly.
It's normally like, do. I'm like, yeah.
And you never ever get that from a place with touch tones because those people in that bar, what it is some guy on his only night out of the week is just like, I want to hear some Neil Diamond. And you're like,
Right.
fuck me, dude.
Tonight is the night for Neil.
And so, like, you just, anyway, so you're never finding anything that adventurous. And by the way, I looked on Touch Tunes, and there is not very much. I was going to do, like, a takeover.
Was it like Danny Ocean or some shit?
I was going to do, like, a takeover while we were there. So I was going to try to, like, be like, all right, we're just going to load this thing up with, like, Ski Mask the Slump God
Yeah.
and Danny Towers for, like, the whole hour while we're here, and then we're going to get out of here.
Yeah, dip out.
And I pull up Ski Mask the Slump God. They got, like, 3 songs. I was like, oh, this is how they do it.
They just...
It's like only the singles, I think.
Oh, so nothing even really
And
that
not,
great.
And,
That fucking sucks.
So
I wanted
anyways-
to play Dragula, but you shut it down. Then I realized, at that point, I was like, wait, it costs money? I was like, fuck this.
Yeah, you thought this was some sort of thing that was like, you mean everyone can just pick the music? I'm like, well, yeah.
Well, they can, but you gotta...
And to interrupt someone, it
gotta-
costs like an extra $1. So Andy's like, but you start hearing all of a sudden these like old like 9 Inch Nails tracks.
Right.
And like
There was like a Finch song. There was like old fucking shit.
it was
that I
like
listened to
something
back in the
after
day.
19-year-old Andy's heart desperately.
Exactly. Like, oh my God. Like, my, yeah.
So
exactly.
here was the thing that we had actually asked someone at a different bar that night. We had asked like, is there a way that you can look up like on the back end if you're the bar who like under their login who it was that was playing this music,
Right.
so that like you know you can be like, hey, fucking knock it off, Carl.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Quit.
Or like Shane Gillis said on his podcast, he played Dragula like a dozen times in Minneapolis.
Yeah, quit playing Dragula.
Yeah. And this, so anyway, they said that actually you used to be able to do that if you had like the back end stuff. But some recent update, they don't do it anymore. And flash forward like an hour later, Andy's like, how can we find out who's playing this? Because either Andy was like going to be like, now I'm in love with this. If it's a female, I'm in love with her. If it's a dude, we're like best friends.
Right. And yeah.
And everyone kept coming by one after another that was like Andy's high school jam.
And it had
high school jam.
It was uncanny.
It does not work in South Dakota either. This is the difference. If you're hearing this at like a rock and roll bar or a metal bar in some other town, city, it's different.
Right.
Here, you're not hearing these things.
No.
And then we look over right next to Andy. And I'll put the picture up, a few of them.
Okay.
There is a man who is,
There is a man.
like, I would say had to be like 30 to 35 years older than you, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep.
Had a rough 30 to 35
Oh,
years too,
man.
on top of probably a rough 30 years or so, 30 or 40 years before that. And looked uncannily like Andy if he was just like went conspiracy Randy so hard and then completely lost his goddamn mind.
Right.
And then Andy starts fucking theorizing out loud. You're like, you think this is me from the future? I think this is me from the future. The fucking playlist, dude. You're like, I mean, who else? It's got to be him. The only one who would be playing this is me from the future.
Like,
and you started freaking out. But also, the guy is mean mugging us, like something terrifying. And he's like, he's here to warn me.
Yeah, like tonight was the night I was gonna fuck up hardcore.
Yeah.
But then I thought about it and I was like, I probably said fuck it, and I came back like, let's just see what happens.
Yeah.
Fucking piece of shit. Tonight's the night you hit a car or
Yeah.
something. Like you killed all those kids. Like what? I just want to see you look on your big dumb face.
Yeah.
It was fucked up, guys.
Guys,
By now,
it actually was creepy. And I'm over there trying to take pictures. Knowing, by the way, here's the thing. It looked to everyone else like I'm taking a picture of you. You're sitting next to me. I'm 2 feet away from you. I have my phone. I'm taking a picture of you.
Yeah.
Right? That's what it looks like.
Right.
But of course, I've got him in the frame. To which
Like
he
he's like-
obviously he's looking at these photos like, these guys are taking pictures of me. And while he's right, he can never prove it.
yeah.
Unless he pays
Fuck
for our
off.
Patreon.
Future Andy probably doesn't have any money. Stole that time traveling technology.
Or
just
he's
to
like,
see me fuck
or
up.
he was like, damn it, Tyler's with him.
yeah. Oh,
Tyler's
man.
gonna redirect this whole thing. He's really stubborn.
I can't do
There's no
shit.
getting through to this fucking asshole.
He's gonna punch me in my busted
Because
ass
at that
liver
time,
and my fall
yeah,
over.
future Andy knows after 30 more years of what dealing with Tyler is like that there is no getting through to me.
yeah. That's why I
Yeah.
stabbed you in like 20
Yeah.
fucking something. I don't do future. Yeah, it was fucking weird to the point where we were just like,
You had to leave.
yeah, like let's
You're
get
like, I
out of
gotta
here.
go.
It was scary.
Yeah.
Like I initially wanted to like say something to him, but then that probably wasn't the
Well,
move.
there was a few moments where I was like, let's go ask him. Be like, dude, are you me from the future?
Mm-hmm.
Except, man, did he look disgruntled.
Yeah, like he would have like stabbed us probably like with a oh my god some sort of shank.
I'm pretty sure, though, that, like,
Times are tough.
also, like, it was like, what was that movie? The Tomorrow War, except in reverse, where, like, you get sent from the future backwards to try to, like, say, you're like a Terminator who comes back, like, we got to change the timeline.
Yeah.
And Andy gets sent back from the future, and he's like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to post up at a bar for the next whatever and see if maybe that makes a difference. They call it the butterfly effect. You only got to flap a wing or whatever.
I'm gonna go flap my wing in the bathroom for a while, sweetie.
All right, guys, this has been your Patreon preview. If you want to catch the rest of this episode, you're going to have to go to patreon.com/conspiracyrandy and get yourself signed up.